Engel's kidnapping comes just 3 months after NBC suspended nightly news anchor Brian Williams after admitting that a story he told about coming under fire in a helicopter during the Iraq War was not true. On Thursday, journalist Glenn Greenwald described NBC News' conduct in the Engel case to be more troubling than the Brian Williams scandal. Greenwald wrote, quote, "The NBC story was quite likely to fuel the simmering war cries in the West to attack or at least aggressively intervene against Assad. That's a far more serious and far more consequential journalistic sin than a newsreader puffing out his chest and pretending he's Rambo," he wrote. We're joined now by Asad Abu Khalil, a professor of political science at California State University, Stanislaus. He runs the Angry Arab News Service blog. He expressed serious doubts about the circumstances surrounding Engel's captivity and release when the story first broke in December of 2012. So let's begin with what has been revealed now and what you were saying, Asad Abu Khalil, back then, at the end of 2012, after the newsmen were released.
Well, Amy, I was early on skeptical, not only about the conditions in which he was supposedly released and the statements that he made at the time, but I was skeptical about the entire enterprise of Western journalistic coverage of Syria, particularly by American correspondents in the region. There's a lot of stuff that's being told and transmitted that contradicted the realities on the ground. They created this myth about a moderate secular group called the Free Syrian Army, and they were in fact attacking people like myself and others who were saying that the bulk of the fighting force of the so-called Syrian revolutionaries were militant fanatics of the bin Ladenite style. And in reality, we knew at the time that what is so-called the Free Syrian Army is no more than a coterie of criminal gangs and thugs that were running amok throughout the area of the so-called